Okay, we're coming to you live from beautiful downtown Southern California. All right, we're getting ready to solder this copper pipe that is going to be used for a heating system for the house. This is not a horn that you saw me blow. I was goofing around. It looks kind of like a homemade horn, but this is for a heating system for the house. And I will show you the basics of soldering and what's involved. Whoops, when you solder. All right. Yeah, I know the lighting is terrible. Maybe if I reposition this might help. Does that help? All right, let me get adjusted here. Now, that should help right there. That would help. But I can't. All right, that makes the difference. Putting some real light on the subject. Okay, now, what we're going to do is we're going to clean the outer surface of this pipe. All right, and there's little brushes in here that will clean this. All right, as you see, this is extra clean in comparison. Here's oxidation. The oxidation has been removed here. All right, now this bristle brush cleaner here, that's what it looks like, a bottle brush, bristle brush. This bottle brush cleaner, this is 3/4. The other side is 1/2 inch. Same thing here, 3/4, 1/2 inch. This goes inside. All right, and we go here. Now we're cleaning the inside. All right, and that cleans out the oxidation, anything like that. Now, some people misunderstand. They think you need a whole bunch of this. What is this called? Flux. People think they need a whole lot of this flux, all right? And you don't. You need to coat your surface with it, all right? But you don't need all this excess that you see a lot of people use. What the flux does, it gets hot, and then it's a lubricant and allows for, I need a match, and it allows for, it'll suck the solder right up inside, okay? So we want to take this lighter, and you just put a layer of it in here, all right? A thin layer, okay? And again, we make sure we got a layer of it going around your pipe, all right? And as long as this has a nice coating around it, it doesn't have to be a lot, okay? And that's plenty. All right, now, I'm going to put this on. I'm going to take it. I'm just going to spin it. All right, there we go. Now we're going to get it hot, and you'll see this take it. Now the other thing before I turn on the torch is you figure a 1/2 inch pipe. You need about a 1/2 inch of lead, of solder, not lead, of solder. All right. So you just kind of, that's about the bend. All right, that's about a 1/2 inch of solder, maybe a little more than you need. All right, but then you know you got plenty in there without overdoing it. Okay, 3/4 inch pipe, you figure about 3/4 inches of solder is all it needs. And some people may tell you less than that, but that's a good rule of thumb. Now, which part of this flame is hot? All right, can you see these little flames right here, you see the one inside or the tip. What's the hardest part? The hottest part of this torch. It's the tip right here. That tip is the hottest part. All right, so we're going to get this over here. I'm going to heat up the pipe, but I also want to heat the threads here, all right, because that's the thickest part of the copper. So it's going to take more to heat this than it does to heat up the copper pipe. And then you've got heat transfer, which will also transfer to the pipe. All right, so my focus is right here on the thickest part here. So this all gets hot, as well as I'll heat up the pipe here as well. All right, but we want to make sure that this is hot. Now I can test it. Not quite hot enough, right? Starting to smoke, and that's usually a good sign when it's getting ready and it's hot enough. Nope, it's not quite hot enough yet. Not quite. Okay, now at this point, clean that off there. All right. Now, let's try it again. I should take it in now. There we go. That's about all you need. It's going to come right on around here, and that should be efficient. Clean off the lead that's running out, and you're good. Okay, now thing I like to do is people will take a cold wet rag and they'll squeeze it, wipe it out real quick. Well, what that can do is it can cause the solder inside to crystallize and become brittle. That's what I mean by crystallize, and it won't have a good bond and it'll leak. All right. Now the other thing though, you can clean it here with the flux that's on your brush, and then you want to take a nice wet cool rag after this cools off and wipe it down. You don't leave the flux on your pipe. If you leave the flux on the pipe, all right, it will stay there. It will begin to erode the pipe over time. It will become green and it will start to erode. All right. And so you get this, you wipe this down real good with just a wet rag, clean wet rag, and you don't leave any flux on it at all. You can come back and polish it, wipe it down real good with a dry rag, and you should be golden. All right, I'm just letting that set and cool while, because I don't want to move it or anything of that nature. Some people will take a damp rag and about at this point kind of maybe wipe the pipe really lightly and gently, okay? But you don't have to. Like I always say, take the time to do it right. Get in a hurry and you're doing it again and again until you learn to take your time and do it right. You'll fix it. The next thing you know, you spring a leak. Well, why is it springing a leak? Well, you didn't take the time to do it right. It was dirty. You didn't have enough flux. You took a cold rag and a wet rag and you quenched the heat real quick. You crystallized the solder inside, and you didn't get a good bond. Many, many, many things you can do, but take the time, every step, to do it right the first time. And you won't have all that unnecessary problems that cost you money and time. And then people question your reputation. You start getting a bad reputation for not knowing what you're doing just because you're in a hurry. So why even go there? You know, just like I can't stress it enough. You know, be wise. A wise man will learn from his mistakes. That's a wise man. A word to the wise. Learn from your mistakes. All right, enough preaching. It's just not about Jesus, that's all. But we're preaching. Sometimes you need to be preached to, you know? Talk to. Sometimes you kicked yourself because nobody cared enough to tell you. You know? It's like, why didn't somebody tell me before now and you're 50 years old? Well, were you listening, or or was there nobody telling you? That's the question. That's for you to determine, because you got to be honest with yourself to do that. All right, now, again, I'm cleaning this, all right, taking off any oxidation or any dirt or debris, all right. Same with here, this is coated, all right. I've coated this. Like, again, you don't need a whole bunch, as you just seen the last video, but look how thick this is, all right. See how thick this is? That's why you want to get this good and hot, all right, because it won't be hot enough here if you don't get this hot, all right. If you focus right here on the heat, this is going to have to get hot first. So get it hot first intentionally, and then work the pipe. All right. Okay. All right, push this on, spin this around, make sure it's got a good coverage, and it should. All right. Now when I light this, all right, with the lighter or match, I put the lighter here to the edge, so I let the flame come up and hit the gases, which lights it. Otherwise, you could cause a problem with your lighter. Turn on your gas. Gas is on, hear it? All right. Let's get this hot. Let's get her good and hot. All right, well, I'm doing that here. I'm going to bend this about a 1/2 inch over here, so it's ready to roll. Now, when this starts smoking, is when it's about ready for it to be hot enough to receive the solder, but it's got to start to smoke, and that's when it's getting up to temperature. So you know when it starts smoking, it's really close, and it may be ready, so you test it. All right, and again, I just have about a 1/2 inch of solder there to fill it. All right, so I'm getting the threading in this upper portion, the thicker portion, getting it good and hot. I see some heat. All right, starting to radiate. Now I can start getting this pipe hot and this joint fitting good and hot. Now I'm going to test it. It's there. All right. Now come underneath. It's going to run underneath. Bam, there it is. Now we can take this and kind of clean up any driplets that may be remaining and let it cool. And it's really cool. Flamethrower, right? Joke. All right. Now we'll just let that cool down. Now if there's a drip here, I'm going to remove any drips just by using this. Okay, which gives you, and there was some drippage on there. All right. That was the excess. That pools. Just take that pooling off of there. All right, now I can take the back of this sanding pad and just kind of wipe here as well. All right. Just going to wipe it down. But once this cools, I will then take a wet rag and I will wipe it down really good with the wet rag. All right. Now I will clean this off. This acid is really good for cleaning the outer surface. You don't want your hand underneath that like I just had my hand. It could drip and I would regret it. And so would you if it happened to you. He said, I learned that from Ken. So don't put your hand underneath your pipe you're working on. Do not. All right. All right, now I can take this right here, kind of form it to it, kind of bring it back, kind of catch it here now, and bring it back. Just kind of cleaning this up a little bit. All right. And then I'll show you this here in just a minute up close and personal. I'm not sure who's in the chat. But I thank everyone for being here, and for those that drop in after the live stream. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them. Questions. If this video is 6 months old, 3 months old, 2 months old, 2 or 3 weeks old, and you want to ask a question or something, come to my most recent video and leave your comment there, and I'll be sure to get it. Okay? And that way I can answer any questions that you may have or respond to any comments that you may have left. All right. And it's really that simple. Now I'm going to take a wet rag and wipe this down. So, all right. Now I'm going to go get a wet rag, so bear with me. Be a momentary silence.
There's a bear with you?
There's a bear with me in my back pocket. All right, hold on.
This guy. You notice it, the internet is doing that?
All right. Again, thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for being here. Now, this is just a very lightly damp. If I squeeze this rag, there's no water coming out, all right? It's just damp. Okay? It's not sizzling. That tells me the pipe is warmed a little. I don't have any calluses right now, so it's a little warm to hold. Too warm for me to hold right now. Though not too long ago, I could have held it. Wouldn't have been too hot. But today, no calluses. You want calluses. All right. Okay, now if I would have been burning my hands, or this would have went sizzle, I would have known do not touch that pipe at all. No sizzle. But it's good and warm. I'm here to tell you. Like I said, I can touch it, but it's good and warm. All right, well now the other one I did over here, see I can hold on to this no problem. The other one's good and warm though, all right? And again, I'm wanting to make sure that I get all the flux. Flux is acid, for those that don't know. The flux is an acid, and that's why it erodes your copper pipe over time. And you don't want that. This will last 50, 100 years, all right? If the joint's cleaned. All right. You leave flux on there. A lot of these plumbers care. They're in a hurry, and what do they care? They might be able to come back and work on it again in 10 years, right? So they leave it on there. So you can go back behind and do that, but you can get access to your copper fittings, joints, and get them wiped down real good. All right, now this part is dry down here. All right, half of it was wet, half of it was dry. It doesn't have to be totally dry, but I'm just saying. All right. And you do not want to breathe the vapor from the flux. It's cancer causing.
Ooh, yummy.
And so I should have said that to begin with. I wasn't thinking about that. But you do not want to breathe the vapor. Vapor is not your friend on any level. I don't care if it's the kind you buy at the store. Vapor is not good for you. That was free. All right. Well, I guess I can see who's in the chat at this point. And if not, I guess I'll end the live stream. But we'll see. Yeah, let's turn this around. Okay. Smell-O-Vision TV, thank you very much for being here. Well, it must be a busy Tuesday night. Nobody's, well, 5 people. 4, 5. Oh, that was good. Donna Shaw, glad to see you, my friend. My sister. This is your brother from another mother, Donna Shaw. I hope Dennis, is it Dennis? I think it's Dennis. I hope his surgery and recovery went well. The lighting out here is terrible on my porch. I'll send over here by the light. Whoa, too much light. Anyways, 4 in the chat, I appreciate your time and all of that. Do you have any questions? Anyone have any questions? I'm trying to scroll up. See how BJ, well, thank you, BJ. Do you solder, or are you a plumber by trade? JB, are you a plumber by trade, JB? Hey, I can see you too. Where was Moses when the lights went out? I said Moses, in the dark. That's right.
He wasn't in the dark. He was in the dark with a baseball bat.
Gonna knock them animals out. Oh, no, that wasn't Moses. That was.
I used to do HVAC.
Oh, okay. I wasn't seeing your comment. All right, JB. Yeah. You've done a lot of welding, soldering. Maybe some welding too, as far as that goes.
I think they have to weld a few things.
Yeah, don't you have to do some welding or brazing? I would think it would be more brazing.
No, because they can use a TIG torch on some of it. I know that.
I don't know. Tell us there, JB. Are you using a TIG or are you brazing, or do you braze doing AVHC, if I'm pronouncing that right?
HVAC.
HVAC. I is a college student. Really? Yeah, if you're still here, I'm thinking you're still here.
I gotta go put this in.
Thank you.
That's what this is for.
Yeah, so if you're still here, JB, did you have to do any brazing or anything like that? Because I'm thinking you may have an HVAC. Oh, I just had to scroll up to see your answer there, JB. I did mostly soldering, similar to what you demonstrated. Okay. I was in an installation crew. All right. Cool. Yeah, this is a water heating system that Joe MacGyver's doing for his house. He's off grid, and I'll show you this. It's a real simple setup. Maybe he can explain it. It's basic. It goes on a wood stove. So let me turn this around. He's just there's 3 coils here. And then these water pipe fittings or hose bib fittings. All right. Trying to do this with one hand. It's fun. All right. So here this is here. And then we have these 2 fittings. And this is going to go around the stovepipe, Joe?
Yeah.
Well, tell us here. We're going to interview you.
Hot water or cold water comes in one end, hot water comes out the other end.
And then what?
And then it goes into technically I'm putting it into a car radiator to push thermal heat out. And
where is that radiator located?
My mother's room.
How far is that from your wood stove?
Across the house.
50 feet?
More than 50. Yeah, I'd say about 50 feet.
50 feet, 75?
Maybe. And yeah, it's going there.
So this coil is going around the stovepipe. Water is going in when hot water.
No, cold water's going in one side, hot water coming out the other side.
All right, then how are you reheating the water coming in?
It's going to circulate.
Okay, but if you got it coming off of a cold line, do you have a Y or something? Where you're bringing the hot water back in?
I'm gonna put a tank inside my house that it's gonna the cold water side. Technically, it's not gonna be cold after the first round that it goes through. It's gonna heat up.
It's gonna be slightly warm.
Yeah, and it's just gonna slowly cool off. But it will still heat up. I'm gonna use a fuel cell. That's what I got right now. I'm gonna use a fuel cell.
What kind of fuel cell?
One I got off of eBay.
Okay.
I was going to use it for the Datsun, but I'm going to use it for the house to keep us warm.
Okay, so the fuel cell designed for the car, how is it being used?
I'm just using it as a storage tank for hot water.
Okay.
Technically, it's a non-pressurized tank.
Non-pressurized.
And what I was thinking is maybe sending some of that hot water back to the hot water heater, so I don't have to use as much propane
To heat the water.
Yeah.
But if you're using if this is going around your stovepipe and getting hot, and then you're pulling the water, or is it self-propelled?
It's pretty much water will run away from hot water. What is
Cold?
it? Hot. No, will run away from hot. Cold water will run away from hot.
So it would be self-propelled.
Yeah. Well, technically, yes. Technically, no, because I have to push. I'm still going to have to use a pump to get it to circulate. It's going to push itself for mostly, but yeah, I'm going to have.
You're going to assist it with the pump.
Yeah.
Okay. But you haven't used this yet, so you don't know what percentage of heat.
I used another one that I built that was too big.
And what happened?
I started making steam. And,
Not enough water coming in.
No. As soon as the water hit the pipe, it turned it into steam.
Oh, so it's okay.
So I had a hose in the backyard hooked up to the hot water heater, and it's flapping back and forth in the backyard because it was just turning to steam.
Okay, so you're closing the system, or so now it's from that you've learned, and you're doing what different?
I'm closing the system so I can't build up steam. Well, I'm just gonna make it circulate a lot faster to not build up steam, so the water can't just sit there and cook.
Okay, so it's moving, constantly moving, it's getting hot, cooling off, getting hot, and going through that.
Yep.
So it's traveling 50, 75 feet, and so in that distance, it's cooling, reheating, and going back, which is preventing it from turning into steam.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, this is it, folks. So what's the length of this copper pipe you have here, Joe?
10 feet.
That's 10 feet coiled up. That's about a foot, I would say, across in diameter from one end to the other, across. And there's 3 coils.
Yeah.
Actually, there's 2, but technically 3.
Well, I went with the extra length right here to get the PEX tubing away from the heat.
Okay, so you're coming in with PEX. You're connecting it with PEX.
Connecting it with PEX.
Okay. And why PEX?
Because what is it? You don't lose heat as fast.
PEX holds the heat longer.
Yeah. I'm going red. It doesn't matter what color it is. I'm doing red and blue, so the blue is going to be the cold side, the red's going to be the hot side, and all that. And I'm going to do pretty much since I live in a trailer, I want to run PEX tubing underneath my house to heat up the floors.
But you may need to create another system, what are we calling this copper pipe that's coiled up? What are we calling that? Well,
I saw it on YouTube. Engineer 775 shows us how to do it in a pipe, one of the tubes going up, and
1 second, JB.
I didn't want to do it that way, so I tried it this way, and it's the exact same concept. It works just fine.
Okay, so who was the guy?
Engineer 775.
Engineer 775 is where Joe MacGyver originally got this idea. All right, now JB says if you are going to steam in a closed system, it will pressurize. Be careful. You do have a pressure valve just for safety.
Yes, I'm not going with the closed system. There is going to be a valve that will blow off that will blow off outside. I wanted to do a hot water heater, use a hot water heater to do it because hot water heaters blow off at like I think it was like 100 and something, somewhere up there. I think it's 120 or something like that.
Versus what?
What is it? Pressurizing fuel cell and then blowing that thing apart.
But if you put a release valve, pressure release on the
I think
fuel
they
cell
only, yeah, I think they only go up to like 90
for the fuel cell.
for the fuel cell. So
Okay, well, why wouldn't 85 pounds or 80 pounds of pressure be enough? I would think.
but
We just haven't tested it out to know yet.
I'm kind of debating on what I want to do now.
Okay, so this is in the making. You know, I just thought we would share this info while we were here and had. No, this is Joe MacGyver. He has his own channel, and he hasn't uploaded anything for a little while. He is on solar, and he has a few videos on solar. Actually, a few, and I'm going to turn this around. Okay. Whoa, sorry for the face shot. So you have any other comments there, JB? And I appreciate you being here. Yeah, lights. Look at it. Looks like I'm. Looks like a mag light almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So JB or anybody else have any comments or questions or concerns or anything?
Anything that can help me.
Yeah. Or do you have maybe some information or some things you're aware of, JB, that might be beneficial to know? Just wanted to. Okay. Well, thank you to say hello. Appreciate your soldering demonstration. Well, thank you. You know, I try to videotape and share as much as I can. You know, you never know what somebody knows, and we're dealing with, you don't know, whether somebody's never done it before. Here on YouTube, somebody's searching, they've just never been taught. They work in an office and they're wanting to do something and do it themselves, and you just don't know. Sometimes the most basic things, many people, are looking for information on that, but we think, everybody knows that. What's the purpose? Why should I, videotape that? It's not a big deal. Well, it's a big deal for the guy that don't know how, and that's why I do this. Like my last video was on setting door hinges and hanging cabinet doors. It's that simple enough when you know how. Riding a bicycle, don't even have to think about it when you know how. So I try to, gauge my videos basically for the person that doesn't really know. And then if a person's not real experienced and they're still learning and they need a refresher course, and they come across my videos and they're looking for that information, then it helps them out, and that's why I do this. I'm tiling my floor in my bathroom, and I've tiled 2 showers, a steam shower, and that was a huge learning curve and massive challenge. And did that, and then I did the next one, and but I've never tiled a floor. The different layouts and designs, and what method do you use? I spent some time looking at it and laying the tile on the floor, and and just figuring it out, puzzling it out, and so I've come to terms with I've got to use half on, half off. Okay, I'm glad you had the copper pipe loose from anything. I saw a guy try it while connected to equipment, and he forgot to use a wet towel, and protect the equipment. Yeah. Oh, I have a video where I've taken a tin can, taken some tin snips, and I cut a tin can in half because I was soldering inside my wall, between the studs. And so I'll take a tin can, cut it in half as a heat shield, and put it behind the pipe. And I'll put a hole in it and add a screw or a nail, through it, and anchor it to the drywall or to the stud, whatever's by the pipe. And you have this, this heat shield that pops right in and pops right out. Something I've never seen anybody do. Again, just thinking outside the box and going, wait a minute. I need a heat shield in here. What can I use? Hey, a tin can, cut it in half. I got tin snips. And it works out really well. But yeah, you got to protect what you're doing. Okay. Well, BJ, I don't know if this is your first time here or if you're new to my channel or if it's been a long time since you've been to my channel. I'm not sure. But I definitely appreciate you being here. A tin can heat shield. That's a neat idea. Yeah, you just take your tin snips and cut up the side, cut across the end, down the other side. It's perfect. You got this. It's great. Yeah, just thinking outside the box, needing a heat shield, going, oh, what can I use? What do I have? And everybody has tin cans, but, necessity, the mother of invention. It's been a long time. Okay. I was wondering, I lose contact with people all the time. Hey, Will, how we doing there, my friend? Haven't seen you for a while. Hope all is well. I hope if you had your surgery, I hope it went well. But there, BJ, as I was saying, you get busy, life happens. I've been putting up videos, and I'm in the middle of remodeling my house, and I'm a one-man band. And I try to get back to who I can when I can, and sometimes out of sight, out of mind. And that's why I tell people I look forward to hear from you, because if you get back to me, then it makes it that much easier to reconnect with you and support your channel. And YouTube right now, been busy. Okay, I understand. Didn't do the surgery. All right. Well, if you didn't need it, that's great. Yeah, I've been being busy, just with life and stuff. But if you've got videos, uploading videos, I'll go over to your channel and show you some support there. As I always say, united we stand, and united we make it happen here on YouTube. And we do. If you don't have any playlists, BJ, create some playlists. And that way I can come over to your channel, whoever can come over to your channel, and, sit there and watch a playlist. And you get that watch time, And that's another way to show support. And if you let me know you're watching my playlist, then I will make it a point to come back and watch your playlist and give you that watch time, and then we're really helping each other in a big way. And I'm more than happy to do that if that's something you're interested in. I'll have to go to your channel and see if you have your 1K or more, or what actually, do you have your 1K? I'm just on an Android phone. I don't have the ability to leave the live stream and check your channel. And I don't have a computer I'm operating off of. I don't make videos. Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you then. Thank you. But if you ever start creating videos, and it sounds like you've got skills that you could definitely share and would be valuable here on YouTube. And you start growing your channel, I can give you some information that will help you do that. Um, like this playlist I just mentioned is another thing to know about. Um, and you know, a 3 hour playlist is a good playlist. You know, it's not too long. It's not real short. You know, and you can let it play and watch it, and you know, listen to what's being said and learn from it. And so a 3 hour playlist is good. Um, but anyways, if you ever decide, uh, let me know. Say, hey kid, man, I'm gonna start doing videos, and I can give you some information. Real quick, as I'm, my phone said card full, so transferring data. All right, Will, I'll catch you on the rebound, brother. And thank you for visiting. If you've got to run, I understand. Um, but anyways, what I was getting ready to say to you there, JB, hold on, JB, is if you upload one video a week, every week, after about a month and a half, YouTube starts recommending your videos to other people watching the same type of content that you're videotaping. But it takes about a month and a half for the algorithms to pick it up. And next thing you know, in your what I'm calling the back office, in your analytics is what I'm calling the back office, you will start seeing, oh, you're working on a computer. Oh, card out a phone. All right. Anyways, what I was gonna say is I just forgot what I was saying. Um, the analytics is the back office, and if you upload, one video a week, every week, then YouTube picks up and it'll start recommending it. Now, in the back office, you will see recommended in your analytics, and it will say 3%, 5%, 10%, etc. Hey, Gary, my friend. And you'll see that recommended, you'll see the percentage of people that's watching videos that YouTube is now recommending for you from your channel. But you have to do at least one video a week, every week. Hey, Gary, on that floor, I sent you pictures of that staggered pattern, but I have a couple questions. I think I have it pretty much, figured out for the most part. With the layout, but it's whether I want 11-inch wide tile at the beginning of the cabinet at the far end of the wall, or if I want a full tile there and then bring that back to the door entry. But I'll just have to, talk to you, find out about that. I haven't, like I said, I've never done a tile floor, but I think I have it figured out for the most part. It takes a lot more videos than a few. Needs a couple hundred videos before YouTube sends it out. Well, I believe when I started anyway, after I learned, one video a week, every week, I believe it took like a month and a half, maybe 2 months, maybe from what I remember. And I wasn't doing 200 videos in 6 months or a month and a half. Maybe one video or two videos a week I was doing, sometimes 3, maybe. But generally it's 1 or 2. So I don't know. I know rules are constantly changing. I know that much. Trying to scroll up my. Hi, Ken. So nice to see you. Yeah, it's good to see you here too. There. If you don't know, Healthy Vegan Living, he doesn't call it gourmet, but he has some gourmet vegan dishes, gourmet vegan snacks. gourmet vegan hors d'oeuvres. I mean, it's gourmet. This guy is dialed in with what he's doing, and it's good food, and it's good for you. I'm not vegan, but you can't go wrong eating healthy, and so he's got a lot of good stuff. Snacks, like I said, and hors d'oeuvres and whatever meals. He's constantly. I don't know where he gets all his material. He just is a machine. He just spits them out, and good stuff. Healthy vegan living. And BJ, or JB, he was saying he didn't really have any content. Just likes watching videos and interacting. And so I was, sharing with him a little bit about having a channel and how to help it grow, that kind of thing. Okay, I have a 470. I do a video, 470, and I do a video, and sometimes 2 every other day. Okay, all I know is it's gourmet. You don't call it gourmet. If I was you, I'd be calling it gourmet. Because it is, as far as I'm concerned, and probably to most of us non-vegans, it's top-notch stuff. Meals, should I say, not stuff, but meals and snacks and whatnot.
Vegan, it's another white meat.
Vegan's another white meat. I don't get it. Anyway, that's Joe MacGyver. Well, thank you, Gary. I just try to keep it real. You credit where credit's due, And then Will over here, Maya, and much more. Those are Will's cats. And I don't want people to misunderstand what's going on there. He's Will's. That's the names of Will's cats. He was using his first and last name as his channel name, and he realized that wasn't a very good idea, and so he changed it to his cat's names. And so that's Will, Mia, Maya, and much more. If I'm even saying it right. So again, there, JB, if you ever, want to start a channel and get your channel going, in a month from now, if you hit me up and say, hey, Ken, I've been thinking about, maybe I'm going to start a channel. I'm going to, start putting together some videos. Hit me up and I can give you some information that will help you, get a jump start and have a better understanding, that kind of thing. JB, are you familiar with Pusa Studios? Do you know who Pusa Studios is? Yeah, a friend advised you to change your name. Yeah, it wasn't that. Yeah, you don't want to use your first and last name. That's why I only use my first. CF, how we doing, my friend? CF Exploring now. JB, you like to surf in the YouTube channels. If you're not familiar with Exploring with CF, he's got some amazing places that he explores and goes in and shows you what's going on up close and personal. And CF Exploring is another good channel. I haven't seen him for a while. We've lost contact. I'm glad to see you here, CF. Long before bed, but saw you. Well, thank you very much, CF. I've been thinking. I've been getting disconnected from a lot of channels. I guess I have reached my 2,000 subscriber threshold, and I am being unsubscribed. I will go to someone's channel I've been interacting with, and it'll be in red again, and I'll tap on the red subscribe, and the bell automatically pops up with the parentheses on it. Automatic, right? Yeah, and I'm not getting everybody, or the notifications are there for like 20 minutes and gone, or 5 minutes and gone. They're not sticking around like they used to. But anyways, so I'll tap on the red word that says subscribe again, and bell pops up and the parentheses around it. And then I'll go to next time I'll hit your icon and go to your main page, and I'll tap on another video and I'm unsubscribed again. I'll tap on it. It'll be subscribed with the parentheses around the bell, and then they test the water. I'll go to a third video. And when I go to that third video, I'm unsubscribed again. So, and this has happened like with 5 or 6 people already within this last week and a half. And I'm like, what is up with that? And I haven't been doing many live streams lately, and I haven't really been going to any live streams. So I don't know if this is happening to other people, and I'm not hearing it, or I don't know what to think. It's just really strange about that. But I guess I've hit that 2,000 subscriber threshold, and my friend there, Healthy Vegan Living, mentioned that I didn't know there was a threshold. Same here. Exploring with CF says, same here. Leah, you really have to now since YouTube is so messed up. Yeah, well, what I've been doing for quite some time, if I find videos that I think are just kind of a little above the norm, I'll save it in a playlist. And I have what's called a friends playlist. And then I have another playlist I created called United We Stand YouTubers #1. And so I'll save people's videos to that. Well, that gives me a quick access to, your channel. And so I'm doing that even more for just GP nowadays because of what's going on with the subscriber thing, not being unsubscribed. I'm just creating this playlist that I'm putting videos on. All right, this is what happens when you hit 2,000 subscriber, all right? You need to move the viewers that do not support you. It's hard, but needs to be done. Okay. All right, so the subscribers I have that haven't been to my channel forever and a day, you're saying go ahead and cut them loose. Yeah, that's hard. I didn't like that idea. I understand. Which will allow you to make those adjustments to gain new subscribers. Okay, let's see. What are you saying there, CF? Oh, hold on. Lydia Maya and then CF. Or Leah Maya. All right, YouTube is also gonna eliminate kid channels starting in January. Well, I think that's a good idea personally. Children don't need to be on this. They really don't. They don't. So I think that's good. And with all the crud that's been going on around children, was a big reason why I say they don't. A parent can't monitor every single thing. If I had children, they wouldn't have a channel. No, they would not. And they would be very selective when they were on mine. But that's just me. Okay, exploring with CF. Yeah, I'm starting to weed out a lot more videos I watch to help people. Okay. Yeah, you have to be careful of dead subs. They hurt. Oh, okay. Okay, CF. Healthy Vegan Living. Thank you for that input and insight. And exploring with CF. Thank you for that. Your input and insight there. Lydia and Maya and much more says YouTube even shuts down a live stream. What? I was in after someone said certain words which I don't want to say. So if they were using a foul language, are you talking about their or sexual language? Leah, Maya, and much more? I'm assuming that's what you're referring to. Okay. Somebody complimented their healthy vegan living. Yeah, so I'm assuming they're a lot, Leah, Maya, and much more. You're referring to something sexual somebody said or using foul language. I think they need to be banning foul language. They really should. You know, and there's children watching some of these channels. You never know who's watching. No foul language or anything like that. Just a couple of words in general. I'm not sure what that would be. I would assume it would be a sexual content or foul language, you know, um, because I mean, they can't dictate what you say if you're just holding conversation, you know, because then that kind of messes up, kind of interferes with your freedoms. This is America. Still, it's America. Um, and it's freedom. It's about freedom. Um, although I'll have to. Yeah, YouTube has certain words they block, even if they aren't pure political, even if they aren't bad, pure political correctness. Oh, interesting. Yeah, what what's the foundation of political correctness? How long, if that's the case, how long are they going to say, oh, you said Jesus, we're going to cut you off? You know, um, how long before that happens, if that's the case? That's America was built on Jesus, built on the Bible, God in the Bible, which nobody wants to talk about much anymore, unfortunately. And we're falling apart as an end result. Exactly. Exploring with YouTube has certain words they block, even if they aren't pure, but political correctness. Yeah, correct. Yeah. What's wrong with that picture, CF, And which makes me think, how long before they start going, oh, you're talking about the Bible? Cut you out. Cut those words out. Shut down your channel. How long before that happens? Makes you wonder. If I was not a Christian, I'd have no issues if you talked about Jesus. I'd have no issues if you talked about God. If I wasn't one, and it's like I've said on my channel a few times, you don't think there's a God? Ask a Satanist. Yeah, most Christians, you won't hear them ever make such a statement. A Satanist knows God is real. Ask them. They know as a fact. They're just rebellious and refusing to accept the truth, but that's a whole nother subject. But I'm just saying, God is real. If you do the history, the research, go to Israel, you'll find there was a baby Jesus born. You go to their history books, you'll find the truth. He was born on planet Earth, if you do the research. And so I don't get it, I just don't get it. All right, Leah Maya much more says, I was looking for some gospel or Christian music. I have been too, there, Will. In YouTube, a music library, they don't have any. They don't have any. You gotta get the, you gotta go to their YouTube music that you pay for a monthly subscription. Then you can get Christian music. But you got to be paying their monthly fees to get the Christian music that you can put on your videos. And then they if they decide to, they can monetize that. The Christian artists or the Christian record companies, record labels that hold the rights to that music. But you got to be paying the monthly fee in order to upload that music on your channel. It's what I've been told. But yeah, I've been looking for Christian music for a long time that's free on YouTube. There's nothing there. Nothing. Shame on them. They should put some there. Or some Christians that are musicians need to put some music together that's non-copyrighted for that purpose. You know, if I had that, I wish I was a Christian music artist. I would definitely be doing that. That's not me. So it's kind of a bummer. Somebody needs to, take that torch and run with it and do it. All right. CF Exploring says most of them words are that hurt snowflake feelings. Oh, you just hurt my feelings. Calling me a snowflake? No. Yeah. Yeah, people need to toughen up, they need to toughen up a bit. It takes 3 generations to change, to bring real change, to bring a change of direction. And these liberals have been working on it now. I think this is the 2nd generation. We need to start turning things around ASAP before that 3rd generation gets deprogrammed and reprogrammed. And we're in trouble. What happens when we're in our 80s and we got this whole new young generation with these belief systems and ideologies and all these stuff that's totally wrong, but yet they're convinced it's right. We're in trouble as we get older if this doesn't turn around. Something nobody's really thinking much about, It needs to be turned around ASAP. No, you're good, CF. Sorry, Ken. Oh, gotta run. Was it something? I'll say it. No, ACF, thank you for being here. And appreciate your time and your interaction. And I'm glad you stopped in. I have been thinking about your channel, but I'm going, man, what was his channel name? It just, I have. Okay, I don't know. That sounds like an excuse, but it's real. And I'm like, man, what is his channel name? And so I'm glad you dropped in. I have no excuse for not supporting your channel at this point. And so thanks again. I appreciate you being a part of my community. I appreciate what you do on your channel. You keep it interesting. It's interactive. And it's family friendly. Good stuff. So big thumbs up to you. And if you don't know Healthy Vegan Living, drop over to his channel. Like I say, he's got top-notch gourmet meals, snacks, and whatnot. Yes, it is huge, and we gotta give allowances for one another. That's for sure. So, or grace, or whatever you want to call it. But CF, I don't want to keep you here. Thank you. God bless, and we'll catch you on the rebound. And peace out. All right. That was good having CF here. Haven't seen CF for a while. It's been a while. He took a trip. And he was up in a gym. I think he said he was like 23 stories up at this gym in New Jersey or somewhere. I forget where he said he was. But I thought that was kind of cool. Be able to be up that high and working out, as long as there's no earthquakes. But CS got an interesting exploring channel if you like exploring stuff or exploring type channels. Like I say, Healthy Vegan Living has top-notch, what I'm calling a gourmet channel. And he has snacks and all kinds of different dishes. Dinners, lunches, snacks, hors d'oeuvres, just a whole list of a variety of different things going on his channel. And then Will has this variety channel. He has some computer stuff, and he has his cats, and he has some outdoor stuff, and so Will has an interesting channel as well. And good guys, good supporters. Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. Well, shoot, bang. Yeah, doing this soldering for Joe here was a fun and exciting experience. I'm glad I was able to share that, and hopefully it'll be helpful to someone trying to learn, trying to wrap their head around it. I know when I was trying to learn, I'm like, how much solder do you use? How much solder does it take to solder? And you have a tendency to put too much solder, right? And then it's messy and ugly looking. Um, and then, if somebody's showing you, there's this learning curve, as an end result. And so if I can show somebody and take the fight out of it for them and make it easier for them to do, then I feel like I'm doing my part, and being able to help somebody out. Because I know when I need it, it's not always there. But if I can be that bridge for somebody, then it makes my day. And so that's what makes the world go around, if you ask me. And, oh, yeah, nobody's asking me. Anyways, so yeah, I'm glad I was able to do that. Now I'll show you this solder joint up close and personal for what it's worth, since we're sitting here talking. I'm sitting here talking about it. All right. If you see this joint, it's really clean. And it looks like that. Whoops, I lost it. Lost it in the viewer. I'm hitting shadows. All right, but it's clean. Oh, it's the bottom side. If it was going to be messy and ugly, that's where it would happen. All right, you can see a little bit of excess solder, but nothing terrible. All right, and that's a clean joint right there. And it's been wiped down and clean. And then same with this other one. All right, how the shadow of the phone's getting interfering. All right, that's not terrible. That's acceptable right there. All right, little excess, but not too much. Okay. Proof is in the pudding. They say pudding, or is it pudding? Guess it depends on if you're hungry or not, right? Anyways, just trying to be humorous here. Well, I guess I will have to catch y'all on the rebound. Yeah, if I said you, and that'd be deep south right there. Yeah, but no, you guys, California, we go you guys. We just group everybody together, girls, gals, men, women. We say you guys, and that really bugs people in the South because they're like the women are going, we are, what's that Southern Bells, and you're over in California, you're calling everybody guys, and so it's kind of fun. But to do that. So anyways, I guess I'm going to call it a night. My battery's letting me know that I got to go. So tomorrow morning, I don't know why I didn't think about mentioning it earlier. Tomorrow morning, I'm doing my Getting Fit with Ken. We made weights on Monday with using milk jugs, rope, and a pipe. It's my own invention, the necessity being the mother of invention. It was my brainstorm, and we created some milk jug dumbbells. We still have the virtual dumbbells now, doing the isometonics. Isometonics is a technique that I've developed. Oh, wow, I've missed a lot of comments, guys. I'm sorry. My phone's jamming. Okay, let's see. Let me go back here. All right. Healthy Vegan Living says she, not one of my regulars. I checked her out. Thanks, Ken. You're welcome. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Signed up with CF. You're welcome there, Healthy Vegan Living. Leah, Maya, and much more says just opened another channel. Great. Send me a link to that. LOL. Time to get some backup batteries, Ken. I'll be watching. All right there, Healthy Vegan Living. Yeah, I've got a question or two for you there, bro. So, maybe tomorrow for a minute if you have it. All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here. My battery's telling me I need a backup battery hooked up. But I've been on here for. But remember, 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Getting fit with Ken. Tell a friend. All right. There, Gary. 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Getting fit with Ken. I do some isometonics. That's where you flex, engage the muscle, and working them without bands or weights, and you are really developing your connective tissues and all the muscles in relationship to that area that you're working. It's a technique that I've created back when I was lifting very seriously, and I'm teaching and showing that on my channel. You can do that without weights, without bands. You can do that with weights, and even with bands, I guess, as far as that goes. I've termed it, coined it, isomet tonics. Tomorrow, I'll be at work when you have the fitness show, but I will check. Oh yes, let me know what you think. I think you will like. I think you will like the routine. You can do it without weights. With weights, it really helps. Usually, you have to reduce the amount of weight you're using because when you engage the other muscles in relationship to the muscle you're working, they're not as strong because they're not used to being used in general. And so you got to reduce the weight and then build, and you're developing all those other connective muscles in that organ. I have watched. Well, thank you there, Gary. Appreciate that. It's just something that I started developing out of just necessity, the mother of invention. Nothing. Nobody taught me this. I didn't read this. It's just something that I've created out of necessity. Kind of like cutting that tin can in half, that soup can or whatever it is. Could be a juice can for soldering as a shield. Just necessity, the mother of invention. I created isometonics routine technique that I'm now showing the world, I guess, technically. All right, before my battery dies, I'm going to have to jump off of here. But it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Getting fit with Ken. Tell a friend. This is user friendly for any age. Your grandmother, your mother, somebody that's maybe in a wheelchair. They can move their arms. They can move their legs. Or all they have is upper body. They can still do some of these routines, which will be very beneficial for them, even if they're in a wheelchair. And it will help build their confidence, Well, good night there, Gary. Catch you on the rebound. Thank you for being here. It means a lot. And thank you, everybody, for being here. It means a lot. Appreciate the support. Big time. So, BJ, JB, again, if you ever change your mind and you want to start your channel up, I'm more than happy to help you with the information to really give you a jump forward with that. That's great for people in wheelchairs. Yes, it is. It's any age. If you remember Jack LaLanne, I'm doing some of his techniques. Some of them. Then I'm mixing in my own techniques and my own exercises as well. But I'm recognizing I'm Jack LaLanne, and so some of it is some of his old exercise routines that I'm adding into what I'm doing. And I'm really honored that they're available and, are able to do that. I remember doing this exercising with my mom when she was a kid, when I was a little boy, and she was watching Jack LaLanne. And remember he's doing those face exercises, and I'm thinking, what's he doing? He's all going all these facial movements. I haven't done that yet on my channel. Not yet. Maybe in the future. Maybe. But anyways, I just thought I'd throw that out there. All right, I'm shutting up. Good night. God bless. Take care and keep looking up and never give up because there's always a way. Always. We just have to find out what that way is. And when you want to see it up close and personal, remember easy to tips and tricks. EC. Bye for now. Good night. God bless everybody. And thank you for being here. And it means a lot. Bye for and JB, thanks again for dropping in. And bye. Let me know what you think about the exercise. Look forward to hear from you. You too, Will. Bye for now. And bye.
We went to